Welcome to my Wilderness Only Ironman account, where I'll be upgrading my gear and stats locked only to the wilderness. I look forward to presenting to you Wildanator. Hello guys, and welcome to episode 8 of the Wilderness Only Ironman. 8 episodes already, it's going really quick. So these are the goals that I've set out for myself for the series. Please feel free to pause should you wish to take a longer look at them. But without any further ado, let's get on with episode 8. Right then, we've got a nice big bulky Black Demons task, so let's get things started with that, I think, and hopefully we'll get some tasks in this episode where we can get our range up towards those rune crossbows, and I'm absolutely going to be opening some Laren keys in this episode. I wanted to in the past too, but we just didn't get them. However, in this episode, I am determined that we are going to be getting those Laren keys and having some Laren key content for you guys. We have just finished up our first couple of thousand casts at the Black Demons. We did forget a looting bag, so unfortunately we had to eat some of the food to make place for it all. But yeah, we got some nice herbs and a rune item, and there's absolutely no use to me collecting these whatsoever, but I do anyway. All the 7s, 77 on the magic. Cheeky rune sold, 66 hit points. Another few hours up at the Black Demons, and a few thousand casts later, we got a couple more rune swords, which takes us up to nearly 20, so that's starting to look like quite a nice stack. That is 62 defense, and just let me remind you, that is all from defensive mage casting. So, unfortunately, we did just die up here for 4k casts. Got a little bit cocky, took 4k mines and 8k airs. Unfortunately, got killed by this guy. I didn't actually manage to get a clip because it was first thing in the morning, and unfortunately, I hadn't even pulled up my recorder yet. Barely used any of my casts, but good fight, mate. He did subscribe to my channel afterwards and drop me a comment. However, I think it got deleted because you used the word Black Demons, which is quite funny. However, good fight, mate. Good fight, 4k cast, and we are starting to run a little bit low. I think I'm down to about 30k from the 100k, so have to get making some more money soon. And just after I finished recording that, we did just get ourselves level 61 Slayer. Lovely. Grabbing ourselves, I believe, what is our 20th Runaitian sword. This is finally going to be the final kill of the task on the Black Demons. My god, that was a long task, up to 1,000 points, which was really nice. And somehow didn't get a Laren's key. I think we might be 3 Black Demons tasks drive a Laren's key now, so that's probably sort of going 4 or 5 times drop weight. But never mind, let's see what our next task is going to be. Coming in, Crystalia, what's our next task going to be? Give us a nice one. It's going to be 87 bears. That is not a nice one. Just because they are so spread out and they don't drop anything of any note, and we do have 1,000 points, we are going to cancel them. It's pointless doing them. They really aren't useful for our account. 78 Ankus, that is really quite an annoying task. After a little bit of deliberation, I think we are going to do them. They drop some nice runes, and it's going to be some range levels because we're actually going to range them. Nice little level, 40 range. We still have about 50 kills of the Ankus left, but unfortunately we're not going to have enough knives, so what we are going to be doing is grabbing the steel knives and also a few casts just in case they don't suffice either, but we'll get this task done with range. It is pretty slow because it doesn't hit that consistently. However, we are getting in range levels slowly but surely. We're now up to 42, so let's go finish this task off. After another 15 minutes of de-aggroing these guys, we are able to range them again, and we've got ourselves level 43. Oh yes, I was starting to forget what these bad boys looked like. Really happy to be getting that. I've got 2 Enslayer enchantments this task, which I think is 2, maybe 3 times as rare. Starting to get a bit frustrated, but here we are with the Laren's key coming in. Beautiful. That is the Anku's task over, and we got ourselves some range levels, which was nice. We're now up to 44. They do drop some nice runes, and we got some stuff in the looting bag, which is actually going to be really useful, like the arrows and the runes and the oars and bits and bobs like that. And obviously the Laren's key, which is absolutely great. So, Crystalia. What is our next assignment going to be? It's going to be going back to the Earth Warriors. Now, this could be rangeable or melee. I think because they hit quite hard, I'm going to melee these boys. Just before we melee these, I think it is finally time to say and admit that we do need to go and get the rune skin. We're just not going to get a fire giants task, so we need to go get it. So we are going to be going to get the rune skin before we do these guys. The trusty rune long has taken us such a long way, but honestly, I mean, look at me, it is time. We are just about to get our first ever fire giant kill on the account. If this could be a rune sim straight from the off, that'd be lovely. Even if I get it in this 2,000 cast, I'll be really happy. But if not, something else would be really nice is the rune arrows, because in 2 Slayer levels I'll be able to get myself a magic short bow as soon as I get 60 strength. and that will be possible through the spiritual rangers. As the Zamorak monks are a little bit few and far between, I'm just killing them as they walk up this tunnel, and we have managed to grab ourselves the robe top. After escaping that guy and just coming up to the end of this trip, we're getting the bottom of the Zamorak robes. Still hunting the rune skin. We've been up here a little while, and as you can see, a PK comes along and attacks us, but, you know, what's a PK's biggest weakness? The gates. So basically, sometimes I just run through and lock it behind me, sometimes I dupe them, run back, close the gate behind them, and generally they're more focused on weapon switching, attacking you, and sort of the least thing that they're thinking about is trying to open a gate. I suppose somebody that's well versed in this area might, but this PK didn't. He's attacked me a few times and I've got away each time. Still hunting that scimitar, 78 magic. 67 HP. Oh my god, it's such a beautiful sight. Oh no, pick it up before he kills me. I don't care if I die now. Oh my god, what is happening here? Right, I need to get away. So, that was a little bit tense. However, we got away with the rune scimitar, which is absolutely the most important things. We lost a few bones, but who cares about that? The rune scimitar can now be an upgrade for this bad boy, so let's get that in the bank. And this one can now go in the loot tab, which, by the way, if I might say so myself, is starting to look a little bit spicy. I've sort of organised it a little bit, and I'm actually quite happy with sort of how it's looking. So yeah, I'm just saving this up at the moment. Really enjoying that one. Just before we do the Earth Warriors task, we are going to take some big bones to the Chaos Altar and see where we can end up on prayer. 45 prayer. 46 prayer. 47 prayer. 47 is going to be the last level that we do indeed get, because we are coming to the end of our bones. That's all of them now. For those of you curious how I do it, I get the prayer levels here, then I die to the Chaos Fanatic just up there. You could also use the Zami one. I just find the Fanatic a little quicker. Take a Rune X, which I protect. Chop the Wacky Canoe down, rinse and repeat. Right then, that is the Earth Warriors task over and finished with. As you can see, that was our 40th Wilderness task. So that gave us 125 points, which means we've got over 1,100 now. Crystalia, what's our next assignment going to be? It's going to be 120 Hellhound. Just because I promised you guys some Larian keys. I'm going to do that. I don't particularly like this task. I don't get any other resources. However, we are after those Larian's keys, and I promised you guys some openings, so we better get some in this task. Just as I come to gear up, I notice 666 under death runes. Spooky. 63 of the finest defense levels you will ever see. This is going to be the final Hellhound's kill of the task. We've got no Larian's keys, another long task without any Larian's keys, so unless we get it on this one, we're not going to be getting one. So let's have a look. That's 41 in a row, and no Larian's key on that task. Right then, Crystalia, what is our next task going to be? It's going to be going back to the Earth Warriors, which is okay, because we need the melee XP. I did just miss a level, but as you can see from the chat box, we did just get ourselves level 62 Slayer, which means we're just one Slayer level away from being able to do the Spiritual Rangers. The Earth Warriors task has now been complete. Crystalia, what's the next one going to be for us? It's going to be going back to Magic Axes. That's another meleeable task. We are once again starting to run incredibly low on food, so we will have to go and do some of that at some point. That is the Magic Axe task finished up, and we're very close to 58 strength. We also got ourselves a Slayer enchantment, but nothing really notable worthwhile to talk about. Our next assignment from Crystalia is going to be 131 Ice Warriors. We are now coming to the tail end of our Ice Warriors task, and something you might notice is, yes, we did just get ourselves a Larian's key, and they're really rare from these guys. I think like 1 in 500, maybe a little bit less than that, maybe 1 in 300, something like that. However, yeah, really happy to get that one off these little fellas. So that is the Ice Warriors done and dusted with. We did get ourselves a beautiful Laren's Key, which have been very few and far between recently. However, in the looting bag we also got some nice herbs, runes, arrows. They're just an okay task, Ice Warriors, much better than I thought they'd be. Crystalia, what are you going to give us next? It's going to be 94 rogues. It's going to be a skip task. Nothing worthwhile from them really. Bandits, unfortunately that's going to be another skip task, because also don't get anything good from them. Hellhounds, just because we have skipped a few tasks in a row, we are going to leave us with some Hellhounds and we'll be maging them at some point. We have made a ton of progress in this episode, but there are a couple of things that I want to do, some quite exciting things that I want to do before we finish up. I want to use my 4 Laren's Keys, and I also want to go back to the Crazed Archaeologist, and I will be staying there until I get the Amulet of Power, because it's going to be really useful for both range and melee in terms of upgrades and damage output. Just because how long these take to get, I'm always a little bit nervous bringing them out, but let's see what loot we can get. So on our first key we are going to be grabbing ourselves absolutely useless Snapdragon Seeds. They're probably worth a little bit of money, but no good for us. Second key, 201 magic logs. That will be useful eventually for Fletcher levels, which I really need to get for the Onyx bolts, so they will come in handy. Rune plate legs, yep, they just look nice in the bank, and if I need to alch them I can. And the fourth key is going to be 433 steel bars. As we realised, the steel knives are not that easy to make. Oh, actually, that's when I've got to smith the bars, so I'm definitely going to test them out and see how many knives I can make an hour when I've just got to do the bars and not make the ores. So these could be some really good keys. We are about to get our first kill here, and it's going to be 3 potatoes with cheese. And on just our second kill of the Crazed Archaeologist, 8 in total, we got the drop we wanted, which was the Amulet of Power. It is pretty common. We will be back to this guy though, because we still want ourselves that red d'hide body. But for now, that's going to clear up what we want, because we've got the Amulet of Power, and it's going to be really, really useful for both melee and range. So, if you did make it this far through the video, guys, thank you very, very much for watching. Look at little Wildanator. He is looking like quite the beast at the moment with his newfound amulet. If you guys could do me a favour, and just because I'm trying to get this out to the right people, and lots of people said that other people would prefer it, if you could just, as long as with your normal comment, leave how you found my channel or found this video or what have you, it really is going to help me, and it's going to help me get it out to the right avenues. Other than that, like I say, thank you for all the continued support. I get lovely comments, lots of likes and all that sort of stuff, so if you could just keep up the great work, that'd be great. Until next time, guys, thank you very much, and thanks for watching.